In today's lesson, we're going to introduce the idea of volume and look at specifically how to work out volumes of cuboids. Firstly, it's important to recognise that the volume is simply the space inside of a 3D shape. You'll use units such as millimetres cubed, centimetres cubed, metres cubed, and so on. That's because it's covering a three-dimensional space. In our example, we're asked to find the volume of some shapes which are made up of cubes. In questions like this, it will tell you what the volume of one cube is. So let's assume for all of these questions, one cube is equal to 1 metre cubed. I can therefore work out the volume of these shapes by counting the cubes. It's important that you include any cubes that might be hidden by the orientation of the picture. In example A, I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible cubes, but there would also be a 6th hidden cube which is beneath cube number 4. That means that the volume is 6 metres cubed. As the questions become a little bit more complex, you'll notice that there's strategies we can use to help us get our answers a little bit faster. For example, in B, I know the front face has 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes, and that repeats itself through the shape 3 times. Therefore I can say I want 3 lots of 4 cubes. That means there's 12 cubes in total, and therefore my volume would be 12 metres cubed. We can extend this even further. So for example in C, instead of counting all of the cubes on the front, we can extend this further. So instead of counting all the cubes on the front face, I can say there's 2 by 3 on the front face. That's going to be 6 in total, so 2 times 3. And I want that 6 repeated itself 4 times through its depth. So I want to times that answer by 4. 6 times 4 gives me 24 cubes, and therefore the volume would be 24 metres cubed. So, what I'd like you to do is have a go at working out the volume of each of the shapes that you can see on the worksheet. It's attached on Show My Homework if you'd prefer to print it off. For these particular questions, it says on the worksheet to assume that all cubes are 1 centimetre cubed. Please pause the video and have a go at the questions, and when you're happy you've got all your answers, you can unpause to find out how you've done. Here are your answers. Please check your work very carefully, and if you have made any mistakes, see if you can correct them. So now thinking about cuboids, but where it's not split up into cubes to help us out. This time we need to think about the strategies we use to get our answer. To work out the volume of a cuboid, you simply do length times width times height, and then add the appropriate units to your answer. So in A, I can say 4 times 5 times 3 is the calculation I need to do. I know that 4 times 5 is 20, and then I want to times that by 3, and 20 times 3 is 60. Because my units are centimetres, I know that the volume is 60 centimetres cubed. For example B, I'm going to need to work out 3 times by 6 times by 4. I know that 3 times 6 is 18, and I want to times that answer by 4. 18 times 4 is 72, and because my units are in centimetres, I can say that the volume is 72 centimetres cubed. In my last example, I'm only given one length. When this happens, we can assume that the shape is a cube. Because of this, I know that my other 2 lengths must also be 3 centimetres, and therefore to work out the volume I need to do 3 times 3 times 3, which is the same as 3 cubed. I know that 3 times 3 is 9, I want to times that by another 3, and therefore 9 times 3 gives me 27, and again my units are centimetres cubed. So my volume of the cube is 27 centimetres cubed. And now I'd like you to have a go at the volume of a cuboid crossword which is attached to Show My Homework. You can either print it off, or if you don't have printing facilities, you can simply work out the answers to the questions instead of completing the crossword at the top. Please pause the video and have a go at these questions. Once you're happy that you've answered them all, hit resume to check your answers. And here are your answers. On the left, you've got the specific answers for each question, and on the right hand side, you've got the completed crossword. Once you have marked all your work and you're happy that you understand everything from today's lesson, please take a photo and submit each sheet to Show My Homework so I can see how you've got on. Finally, I'd like you to demonstrate your understanding by completing the volume of cuboids task which is on My Maths for you. A reminder that the initial login is the school login, that is Uppingham and Acute, and then your portal login is attached in the resources to help you section on Show My Homework if you have forgotten your login. You should aim to get at least 70% on this task. If you fail to do this, you can retry by finding the task in your results section on the left side when you're logged into your portal. If you are struggling to complete some of the work from today's lesson, then please do not hesitate to get in touch via comment on Show My Homework. I'll try to make myself as available as possible and get a reply to you as quickly as I can. If the issue requires a little bit more input from myself, I might ask to arrange a time to meet on Teams where I can give you some personalised help with that specific problem.